double melee. They're going to have tons of pressure with Sirius. This is going to be fun. I like this comp. I'm really excited to see here what happens. They removed Ravener EXQ, so that's why I'm mad at Battlerite. I also have more hours in BLC than any other game. A lot of games have a steep learning curve. BLC has a learning wall. Yeah, that is a good way of putting it, a learning wall. Oh, I didn't switch over my thing here. Sorry, guys. All right, so we got Fun Times versus Gay Cats B3, I think is what they're called. So all escapes are going to be down here for this Bakko. Is Bakko going to get blown out? You see Jumong using the Prowl to come in. There's the Impale. The counter going to be triggered. The Bulwark back up. The jump. There's the Valiant Leap. But it's still going to be taking so much pressure again now as all his cooldowns are exhausted. The double in-cap follow-up onto him. The trigger, or the counter going to be triggered. So that is really unfortunate as a ton of pressure now coming out from the Sirius. Condemned is really by himself there. Pearl not dealing damage. Instead going to be healing up. That could have been an opportunity to kill Shifu. I don't know. As the Valiant Leap doesn't get the hit into the wall. The ultimate just going to miss with the EX Fleetfoot. That is a great play. The Bulwark, though, gets the stun. That's a huge play. Oh, and then the counter. So no one able to get first blood here quite yet as Prowl coming in, trying to chase down the Sirius ultimate. Not going to be able to track with that Shifu. And here comes the ultimate. Pearl going to avoid it, but 2 players down. And really good play here from actually both sides. I'm really impressed with how things were going there onto that Shifu. Shifu got taken down super low, but actually both of the other players at basically 100% health. So that is really unfortunate. Not able to get anyone in that ult. That was super close. Okay, should be up a tiny bit. Let me see here. Okay, let me see. Let me know if that helped. If that didn't help, I'll go into my volume controller, Hannity. So, I don't know if I like Bakko, Sirius, Pearl. They're going to have a hard time engaging versus Jumong, Uldur, and Shifu might just run a train on them. Well, is that because of Shifu or is that because of Condemned? You know, Condemned is such a good player. It's really amazing to me. So, here we go as we go into round 1. Round 2 as round 1 went in favor of Fun Times. Good reflect there from the Bulwark. However, the counter is triggered. Oh no, Pearl. Really unfortunate. And now so much pressure going to be coming out. Counter not hit onto this Pearl and actually decides to go onto the Sirius as Bakko taken down already to basically nothing. What in the world? I'm sitting here tracking with the Shifu and Bakko ends up dying, going way ahead of his team. And the double petrify, but a little too late as the blue team cleans that up. Oh my goodness, that is super unfortunate. Wow, you're right, man. The Shifu is just doing a great job of sticking on them. They got to do a better job of peeling, etc. As Pearl going to be the last one left here again, but man, too little, too late. 82% to 20% health. That is so crazy. So Pearl just kind of buying some time here. I don't know if that's really worth it at this moment. I think sometimes you just got to say, hey, it's time to go to the next round and see what happens here. And she finally falls. Second round in favor here of Fun Times. So Fun Times has more damage in range, so they need to stall it out. So Gay Cats needs to stall with their better sustain. Might want to up the sound like maybe 50% more. Okay, needs to go up more. So let me up that a little bit more here for you guys. Okay, let me know if that's better for you guys. So Bakko coming in, putting in a little bit of pressure on the Shifu, but that hasn't been working out for him. And he swings right into that counter. Oh, no. And look at that, Sirius dropped already. Man, I am doing such a bad shoutcasting this, guys. Like, I feel like I focus on one thing, and then another thing gets completely destroyed on another side that I'm focusing on. This is absolutely crazy. This is why threes is crazy. But that's why I think maybe I do need to transition a little bit to telling more of a story here. So Sirius gonna get in-capped right into the kill. Can I show Battlerite slash points of the Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me know here. Okay, so that round was like a complete waste, guys. Holy cow, that was terrible. So 527 damage coming out. Holy cow, he did how much? He did double than the entire other team there. That is crazy. David, I do like to cast 2s a little bit more than 3s just because the flow of the game is easier to follow, but I think with a good co-host, it would be really good to do 3s. We can really communicate and talk and things like that, etc. So Sirius is going to jump right in. I don't know how I feel about that. He's going to have to land that counter, which doesn't get triggered. So now Sirius is in super danger as you see the whole blue team start to swarm on him. That rain of arrows. He is going to have space, which means his counter is going to be up. They don't trigger it. So again, he's basically going to be a sitting duck. Will they continue to pressure him? They are. Oh, is he going to get taken out? Leaps away. So good job surviving. Really wonderful job. They got to reset, and like you said, they need to start healing back up. Will they be able to get... He leaps right back in, though. Is he... He does get the counter, though, which is good. So going to get some heals out. Here's the ultimate to help out his team as they take the pressure. But great ultimate by the Jumong to push him right into and stop the Sirius ult. Really wonderful job. That is super sick play there, as Pearl going to be the last one left alive here again. So they don't have, like somebody said before, they don't have the double damage dealing comp, which is... It's okay, you know, that's what you gotta deal with that. But they need to sustain more, and Sirius keeps leaping in. And because of that, he's not really able, to survive really well. But actually, much better performance here on both ends for that round. And 504 damage here again, which is just pretty crazy. The Shifu doing so much damage. Look at that. Void King doing almost 500 damage. Kanan's got to step it up, man, here. Jumong, the least damage. So let's see here. Just able to avoid that that petrify, but the second one is going to hit. The counter not going to be triggered. Look at him turn that impale. What an awesome job there by Condemned. Super sick job turning the impale. Ends up getting the hamstring or the tendon swing into the damage and hits another impale. The petrify does hit, so he's going to get his cooldowns and everything back up. You see the heals coming back onto everybody, but it's still 100% to 60%. Literally, it was 100% when I said that. They hadn't taken any damage, so... Holy cow, great use of the ult there to follow up on the stuns. The Fleetfoot to take no damage. This is just really great play all around here from the Shifu. The counter doesn't trigger there, brother. Ends up getting taken out, and Pearl going to be the last one left here again as the damage follow-up. There's the in-cap into those impales. Those impales are so damaging. So much burst, so much damage. Holy cow. Mars says, I don't understand.